Friends, today I am going to present you complete and comprehensive decipherment of Indus Valley Civilization script, which is a 265-page PDF file which I have prepared 7 years back to satisfy myself. It is a free download. You have to download it through your Facebook account. Stop watching this video. You can come back to this video later. And now open your Facebook, please. Okay. From your Facebook page, click on search bar. Here type Indian Puranas. Indian Puranas is a group I have created just to upload this file and nothing else. This is the page Indian Puranas. In the first post itself, you have this PDF file, Indus script deciphered by Ravikant Yella. Click on it, just click on it. You have downloaded the file. Thank you very much. Now you have the file on your SD card. You can share it through WhatsApp. You can upload it to your drive. There is no copyright such thing. And now let's move on to the contents of the paper. Very briefly, with sufficient clarity. The paper begins with my salutations to Sukracharya, Brihaspati Acharya, Indus script deciphered, the mills and machines of ancient India and Iran. Why that title, how it began, how I progressed, with what I have ended up with, that is covered in these 265 pages. The symbols and signs on seals are not alphabet of any language. They are representations of their machines, those parts, the products. They were making sugar, they were extracting edible oil, they were making jewelry, many luxury items, and they were exporting to Sumeria, Egypt, and even China. After introduction comes index of 23 chapters, in which I have briefly discussed my findings of symbols and signs and seals, artifacts, brick structures, everything, like what kind of machinery is represented by which symbol, which caste do these merchants belong to, how I have come to that particular decision, and so on. Also, how Dholavira, the archeological site, is Krishna's Dwaraka. What evidence lies in scriptures? What did they find corresponding structures in Dholavira? Also, where did these merchants of Indus Valley go after 1900 BC? What is Minoan civilization on the island of Crete in Greece? And also entire European sites where these people have gone. What evidence is there? The signs and seals of Indus Saraswati Harappan script. While I was searching for a proper list of these signs in one place, I came across this paper of Brian Wells. His thesis submitted to the University of Calgary to obtain his master's degree. He has beautifully arranged all the signs, their variants, their combinations, everything with sign compounding and all other matters dealt very properly, and it was very, very useful. These seals I have downloaded from harappa.com and other websites. These signs are compounded in the same fashion as Brahmi script, Devanagari script or Telugu script are compounded to write double consonants, triple consonants, samyuktakshar, dvitvakshar, like that. The fashion in which they have combined these signs, it appears to me that Brahmi script existed prior to this script. Purpose of seals and signs is to deliver a parcel to a particular person 5,000 to 10,000 kilometers away by uneducated porters, boatmen, cart drivers, like that. We will see a local example in Bombay city, the Dabbawala. He delivers 300,000 lunch boxes every day without even a single failure, with very few signs written on the lunchbox. There would be no name or address. These are clay tablets from Vinca, Serbia, and that pottery dish is from Tamil Nadu. You can see the Indus symbols inscribed on it, but they are dated to 4000 BC. Here is a Cucuteni clay tablet from Romania and two Indus Valley seals of 3000 BC period. Until 3000 BC, the number of traders operating in a particular trade route was very low, but by 2000 BC, it increased. The number of new coming traders had to be assigned seals with new signs. So they started combining the existing signs and make new signs. That is sign compounding. Now let us see who is supposed to read that Indus Valley script. Okay, somebody is supposed to look at those stampings made by those seals. Actual stampings or sealings were found at Lothal port, partially burnt in a fire accident, they say. On one side, they have 2 or 3 seals inscribed on one clay tablet, on a single clay tablet. And on the other side of the tablet, there is a crisscross hatch pattern of a jute bag. Do you understand? And somebody is supposed to read those stamping on the tablet all the way 5,000 kilometers to Sumeria, or maybe 10,000 kilometers to Egypt, 15,000 kilometers up to China. That is, it is the uneducated porters, loaders, unloaders, delivery boys, boatmen, harbor crew or harbor workers. Clearly, the script is not meant to be read by some professor at the University of Bohemia or Wallachia. I think you get my point. The script is exclusively made for uneducated workers who travel along with those parcels to the destination from the source towns. The merchant himself does not travel with the goods. There was a hawala system. That is, the merchant, just like our Amazon selling and buying, the merchant delivers his goods with his stamp duly stamped on clay tablets or the jute bag and delivers them at Harappa to the transport agency or logistics persons. They load them and unload them and pack them to all the way to Egypt, unloading and loading at least 3 to 5 times from a wheel cart to a river harbor, onto a small boat to Lothal port, on a big ship to Egypt or Bahrain, where all Indian goods meant to Sumerian civilization were unloaded on a port on the north side of Bahrain island. That city port was called Pragjotishapura, or the city of eastern light in those days. The Sumerians called it Dilmun, and Bahrain was called the island nation of Waraha, and the Sumerians called it Meluha. Meluha does not mean India. Meluha is name of corrupted form of Waraha, that is Bahrain itself. Dilmun was the name with the same meaning, the city of eastern light, that is Pragjotishapura. Now let us see how each and every logogram or Indus script symbol has originated from their mills, their machines, their design and functions. With the help of drawings, photographs I have introduced in that PDF file and any video clips we may find in the YouTube. A temple carving from Tamil Nadu shows how oil is extracted from oil seeds. An oil mill from Myanmar next to it. From here onwards, we will see how each and every sign of Indus script have originated. Here you can see the symbol A is crushing something under one of its legs. Below, the cross section of oil mill cavity. The cavity and the A sign, and this is real-time oil mill from my own state, Andhra Pradesh. See how it works. A clear picture of cross section of oil mill where the cavity is shown, the A symbol is shown, and oil coming out of that mill is also shown. The crab-like symbol represents the inside cavity and oil coming out of that cavity. Different variants of that crab symbol. Below, we see that the top view of oil mill. At the center, there is cavity and there is a wooden plank bearing surface, rubbing it all the time. It is called patram. Why I do not know. It is called a leaf, patram actually, and is also represented by a leaf. But variants show that a lubricated bearing surface. Here, the trident-like symbol is a bull pulling that mill. The shaft is spine and tail of the bull. The center is face of the bull. On both sides, horns of that bull. In this way, the trident represents a bull pulling the mill. Here, two bulls pulling a mill. Sugar production was a major activity at Harappa and Rakhigarhi. Excavations they found circular brick platforms and cavities and charred bones, and see this platform circular and extraction of sugarcane juice through wooden rollers. Here is the top view of that circular brick platform. How you can imagine how juice is extracted like this. This is the side cross-sectional view of wooden rollers and underground stone bearings. These days, taper roller bearings are used, but in those days, only stone bearings, that is, you can see the taper roller bearings here and stone bearing carried by workers at Harappa. Here we can see an oblong shaped metal tray which carries sugarcane juice into a pot kept on the edge of the circular platform like this. You can see in that red circle there is an impression where a pot was kept at one time, and Sir Mark Kenor sitting before two cavities to hold two rollers and their foundations. The first four signs are variants of that metal tray. Center is a center roller, and this odd looking side roller, secondary roller is there, and that fireplace over which cane juice is boiled to make sugar. This first sign, like a sitting person, is actually cattle bones or animal bones to make bone char. The center, the fireplace where charcoal is burned with bones to make bone char. Some other symbols and their parts. Below, a cane honeycomb actually means liquid sugar. Cane honey means liquid sugar. On these two seals from Harappa, we can see honeybee symbol, honeycomb symbol, juice boiling pot symbol. In the second seal, we can see secondary wooden roller symbol and boiling pot symbol. These are 5 variants of sugarcane plantation symbol. It is very special. Here we can see in this photograph, sugar canes are bound by dry leaves to one another so that they do not fall helter-skelter. On these Vinca tablets, we can see the same symbol of same process of cane binding. The sign number 268 of Indus Valley civilization is also the same as on Vinca tablets. These Vinca tablets and Indus Valley civilization are 3000 years apart from one another. So far we have seen how some of these Indus script symbols have originated from the oil extraction mill and sugar factory machinery and bull powered mills, how these bulls are employed to power an oil extraction, in sugarcane juice extraction, and so on. Because we still have some examples of oil mill and sugarcane juice extraction in India and Pakistan. But coming machines, that is, the machines we are going to discuss from now onwards do not exist these days. That is, a power hammer, how bull power is employed to rise and fall of a pestle or a hammer, these things are no more there. Still, I have to do my best to explain through drawings. If I had time and money, maybe I could have made a tabletop model with plywood and aluminum, whatever, to show how it works. But I do not have both. The power hammer for mortar pestle operations, for threshing the grain, maybe pounding copper ore, tin ore, whatever, what they were doing, we do not know. The powerhouse consists of a brick structure, pyramid shaped brick structure, and a 10 feet diameter wooden disc on the top of it, rotating by the power of a bull. We can see some symbols arising out of that powerhouse. These sawtooth pyramid shaped structure, these sawtooth are causing reciprocatory motion in that horizontal shaft. The pestle is rising and falling from another view. These are Tamil Nadu symbols for the same hammer. These are Indus Valley symbols for the same hammer. These are some more symbols arising out of that mortar pestle power hammer. The wooden disc over the top of it, structurally shown here. Symbols rising out of that wooden disc. The structure you can see here from Punjab, Pakistan, but on the ground. Some more symbols arising out of that cross-membered wheel. This is power hammer for spreading copper ingots into sheets and wires, rods like that. You can see set of 3 tooth and gaps causing reciprocatory motion in that hammer. Here is the friction cone assembly. That 3 tooth symbol, friction cone assembly, sheet spread by the hammer, anvil, and the hook that raises the hammer. These symbols have risen out of copper sheet spreading machine. These are some more symbols of anvil, a person managing that operator of that hammer, and some more symbols of the same machine. This is lathe machine powered by the same powerhouse structure. You can see tooth continuously turning a cogged wheel smoothly to cause wood turning lathe, vertical lathe, horizontal lathe, whatever it is. Here in Punjab, we can see 2 bulls causing a horizontal shaft to output rotating motion for chop cutter, grass chopper. This lathe machine is represented by donkey or horse-like symbols. Maybe it is strange for you, but the tailstock, headstock, these names have come from here. This is friction drive of the same powerhouse. If the wheel is pulled sidewards, the side friction causes it to turn smoothly. These are the symbols arising out of that friction drive. Some more symbols arising out of that friction drive powerhouse. This is machine for bead drilling. Cornelian beads very hard rock, stone. They drilled 3-inch beads with 1.6 mm hole, which is almost impossible even in these days. The structure of placing that bead and the bead holder, dopsticks they are called, and a seal showing how the bead is held, the central symbol, and some more symbols arising out of that bead drilling machine. Everything is clearly written. This is another strange symbol, but very simple thing. The rope used to tie a cow. These are scriptures from Parasara Smriti. How not to tie a cow to any post. Two more symbols of cow tying rope. Bull to the yoke. The upper trident part is bull power, horizontal line is yoke, and the ellipse below is a rope around the neck of the bull. Few more signs arising out of that bull to the yoke, and this is the object under the head of the seal animals is nothing but lamp post or lamp worship carried in India. The script chapter took 1 year of my time in 2015. The scriptural evidence of the evolution of mothers and fathers, that is Prajapatis, and DNA genetic haplogroups, their timelines given by scientists are compared thoroughly, and when they matched precisely, that time is taken as the origin of writing for entire mankind. The pen assembly. You can see how the cone part and stylus part are held in fist, making a fast way of writing. The cones found by Sir Mark Canor at Harappa, and stylus among the jewelry. This is how the pen works. Forward movement, sideways movement produces Brahmi letters on palm leaf, bark, or any other writing material. Here are some Indus script symbols arising out of that pen. Sideways movement of pen, cone and stylus coupling. And here a bank in India has adapted that lambda symbol, stylus and cone assembly symbol, as its logo. Some more script symbols. This is Brahmi letters. You can see how they look like. This symbol known as swastika today is found all over the world, even on mammoth ivory artifacts, that is at least 10,000 years old. Why don't anybody realize that it is only Om in Brahmi script? O plus It is just symbolized like that to prevent outsiders from guessing that there exists some writing system with the Indians. Later on, sages changed it to A plus U plus Avum. Aum. Today, this symbol represents and is used in India to represent Aum. This is a symbol for cyclic nature of universe. Black hole to white hole to black hole, like that. Later on, in 10th century, in Tamil Nadu, they invented Nataraja poster for this. As far as Indus script mystery is concerned, the issue in focus for this video, it is no more a mystery. It is all made up and built up by people for a highly paid living with taxpayers' money. And there never were any aliens, Anunnaki, reptilians, or great ancient cataclysm, mysterious rock melting technology, or any such stuff. If you watch 1 minute of alien video, your dopamine levels will go down for 2 days. It may affect your learning ability. You may lose your commission on a sale if you are a salesman. If you are a student, you may fail an exam. Sons of God, seeing that the daughters of men are fair and beautiful, married them and settled with them. That is, they didn't go back to their place. As mentioned by Enoch in his book, it is nothing but the Indian trading communities coming to Europe from 6000 BC to 1500 BC till the end of Minoan period, marrying their workers with European ladies to secure a permanent, stable workforce to mine copper and tin and any other materials that were not available in India. Good years, you see this piece of cloth on my left shoulder. In South India, as long as this cloth is on our left shoulder, we deliver only truthful and valid testimony, nothing else. You can verify this fact by looking at genetics, European genetics. Whereas North Indian workers' DNA haplogroup is R1A and Eastern Europe's DNA haplogroups run like R1, A1, B2, A3, like that. South Indian workers' DNA haplogroup, Y-DNA haplogroup, is R1B, wrongly, intentionally called R2A, unclear. Western Europe's male DNA haplogroups run like R1, B1, C1, A1, B2, C3, A1, like that. Long string. That is thousands of subclades within 6,000 years or 7,000 years. Whereas Indian DNA groups stayed R1B, R1A for 25,000 years without change. So, my dear Europeans, you are the Nephilims of Enoch Bible. All that is covered hereinafter very briefly. Someday a strong leader may come up in Europe or America and call these genetics scientists and clear all your doubts. Now let us see how the present day Harappan site of Dholavira in Gujarat state of India is Dwaraka city constructed by Sri Krishna, the god. The scripture known as Sri Harivamsa Puran is taken up because it was written in those days as the site of Dholavira was being constructed in 3200 BC. Chapters 56, 58, 98, 99 of the second book of Harivamsa, Vishnu Parva, clearly discusses how Krishna is given money by some trading community, why he had to flee Madura of Uttar Pradesh, and how he reached Kadiji from Uttar Pradesh, Kadiji of Pakistan, and then to Dholavira, the construction of fortifications, check dams, upper city, lower city, citadel, everything was discussed by the scripture known as Sri Harivamsa Puran. This is description of Sindhu kings, Kadiji, Sindhu kings palace and surroundings. I have wrongly given a different site in Kadiji as fort of Sindhu king. It is on the other side. In the scripture Harivamsa Puran, every hill surrounding Dwaraka or Dholavira was clearly given. Two rivers flowing through Dwaraka city or Dholavira. Reconstruction, computer reconstruction of Dholavira or Dwaraka. Upper city, lower city. Tikshana yantra, by which day of the year and time of the day can be calculated. This is wall painting from Santorini island of Greece depicting Dwaraka in 1650 BC. This is a seal from Crete island of Greece depicting Dwaraka. Plato's Atlantis is Dwaraka. This is a painting from Santorini island of Greece. This is Dholavira depicted in that picture, Dwaraka actually. There you can see the Buddha of Mohenjo-daro Stupa on Pakistan side, Indus river, Sri Krishna, and here the north gate of Dholavira, where a person is standing and a shopkeeper is there on a height. You can see these vertical pillar structures, that is famous Dholavira sign hung over that shop. That is where Dholavira sign existed. And those pillars, vertical structures, the same as it was in 1650 BC. This is how Dholavira or Dwaraka was in 1600 BC. That is one ship of Komati people, Chettiar people on east coast, and this is Marwari ship from west coast, Dholavira or Sindh. This is how Atlantis is explained, and this is how Khadirbet or Raivataka is explained, as it rose from sea due to an earthquake. Once again, you can see Buddha on Pakistan side, Sri Krishna on Dholavira side. I have wrongly mentioned Buddha as Maharshi Vedavyasa. Actually, it is Buddha of Mohenjo-daro Stupa. This is complete picture of that fresco or wall painting in Greece. From India, ships are going to Europe, like this picture below. From India, circumventing Africa, going to England and Crete, Greece. The meaning of that wall painting is that this is Santorini island. That yellow spot is where the building containing that fresco, containing that painting. Where did the Indus Valley merchants go all of a sudden by 1900 BC? On the island of Crete, civilized people started arriving by 3650 BC. Their numbers were 1500 or so. By 1900 BC, they increased to 300,000. Here you can see on the island of Crete, Palace of Knossos, two South Indian merchant women with their sari pallu on their left shoulder. In the second picture, you can see a Marwari merchant lady with her sari pallu on her right shoulder on the island of Santorini, site Acrotiri site. This is where the merchants of Indus Valley civilization gone to the islands of Greece. Same sites, a married woman in sari, a young lady in long kalli or maxi type of gown. Last, a South Indian family, mother in sari, daughters in long kallis or frocks, typical Indian dress. This is Indus River map found on the island of Santorini, Acrotiri, in a house called West House. 1200 kilometers of map, Indus River map, from seashore up to Jinnah Barrage, a power project, hydroelectric power project. These are wall paintings of langur monkeys, Indian monkeys, found nowhere else in the world, from the island of Crete. For some reasons unknown, great number of South Indian merchants remained in Italy. This is burial pottery similar to Tamil burial pottery of that period. Swastika symbol, a Tamil woman dancing. These are Etruscans, essentially Tamils. This is from England, Great Worm, they call it, the copper mining site of Indians in 3000 BC, 2000 BC, that period, and some other sites. My good dears, the video is already lengthy, but you have to note down a few points. 1. Do not write or answer anything contained in this video or that paper you have downloaded in any examination or interview of any kind. 2. Do not speak or discuss any such thing with any of your teachers, professors, government officers, or political leaders, else you will be hunted like a wild animal. As far as I am concerned, this paper and facts, in my exclusive knowledge, I have withheld for 7 years. I could have for another 17 years until my death. But for one man, M.K. Stalin, Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, he announced his prize for Indus script decipherment and announced finding of iron in 3500 BC layers somewhere in Tamil Nadu. At least there is one brave man, leader of people, determined. So I release this paper and video today. Not for his prize, but to dispel the universal anarchy thrown upon entire humanity by the scholarly mafia. I do not recognize them even as good teachers. What would I do with a certificate issued by them? I clearly know what they have done to Jean-Francois Champollion, a Frenchman who deciphered Egyptian writing system, and Michael Ventris, a British man who deciphered Linear B, first writing system of Greek language. These two gentlemen were not scholars or professors of history. They were not even students or graduates of any social sciences. So, Bharat Mata ki Jai. Krinvanto Vishwamaryam. Let's make all humans honorable. Honor Aryam.